as I was preparing for this talk, I thought about my first engagement with mobile health. I worked in mobile health for 7 years. And the first company I ever worked with was called Shade.io. I think they're also based in New York. They were developing one of the best UV sensors to help people that exposure to sun is problematic for them. And even though they had the best algorithms and the best sensor, my feeling was that their biggest challenge was that engagement. What happens if people just don't wear the device? Then it's not effective, it's not gonna work. Not only that, it's gonna be very hard to publish a trial and convince the FDA to either clear or approve this product. So engagement really cuts across, and as I've been working for 7 years in this area in different domains, engagement really cuts across every developer in digital health, whether it's apps, whether it's wearable devices, or patient portals or notifications. So again, back when I was starting to, I was just exposed to this area, this TechCrunch article came out, the new face of behavior change, and it seemed like the new face of behavior change would include a lot of new devices. The biggest challenge of that was, of course, again, is that what we need to do, the technology is not the problem. People are the problem. We need to get people to wear them. Human behavior is really the final common pathway for any achievement in medicine. If you develop a good medication, if people don't take it, it's not going to be effective. If you have a lifestyle intervention and people don't adhere to it, it's not going to work. If you have an app, but people don't download it, or when they download it, they stop using it after 1 day, it's also not going to be effective, no matter how good the technology inside the device is. And of course, I'm a technological optimist, and I do believe that we can do better, and that's the point of my talk. It is transforming medicine, it is transforming health, and I'm helping companies design better for engagement. Engagement is a big challenge. Let's say you download the health app, and I was, I guess, fortunate that all the talks prior to my talk actually prepared pretty well for my talk. Let's say you downloaded a health app like Headspace. I think Headspace for a long time, maybe still is, was the #1 downloaded health app on the app stores. If you look at their ratings, they have amazing ratings. Everybody absolutely love it. If you run surveys about the usage of Headspace, people also reported that they really like it and they really want to use it. So it must be super engaging, but unfortunately, if you look at the data, it's probably not so much. That's a typical attrition curve of a mental health app. I think Headspace is one of the curves here. This is from a study from 2019. And it's really depressing. After 7 days, there's only 10% retention rate. So out of 100 people that download Headspace, after 7 days, only 10 people still use it. And after 30 days, it's approaching 0. I think Ron from Wisdo Health quoted as 3% after 30 days is another number, another benchmark. And I have also a personal experience with that. When in the beginning of the COVID pandemic, it was April 2020, I got an email from American Express telling me that they realized people are stressed right now, and I was stressed. I also became parent for the first time just a few months earlier. And they're going to offer the Calm app, which usually costs $150 a year or something like that, for free for all their members. And I said, okay, I work in this area, I definitely have to do it. I don't have money, but I can download that app and use it to manage my stress. And I did. I downloaded the app, I registered. I remember the first day they sent me a notification at 9 p.m. saying it's time to be calm or something like that. And I said, maybe not today, I'll do it tomorrow. And the next day, again, the notification came at 9 p.m. And I said, not today, maybe tomorrow. Crucially, I didn't disable the notifications. My aspirational self was doing mindfulness and stress management, but my actual self was actually struggling with it quite a lot. And for 365 days, I would get notification after notification at 9 p.m. every day, pretty much the same text. And I think at some point, towards the end of that year, at 8:59 p.m., I already knew that the notification is going to come, so I was looking at my phone so I can disable it before I actually open the app. But I didn't disable notifications for this entire time, and at the end of the year, they asked me if I want to pay for the subscription next year, and I said no. But the moral of the story, at least for me, was why was it so bad? Why they couldn't engage Michael, which I think, overall, I'm a pretty health engaging person. Maybe it's because they should have learned something better about me when they onboard me to their platform. Could have they send notifications at a different time? Maybe 9 p.m. is the worst time for a young parent to engage with any type of mindfulness. What could have they done better? And that story motivated some of my research. So this is how the attrition curve looks like right now. But I have an aspirational attrition curve that looks something like that. And I think people like me and digital health companies can really improve engagement if they focus on two elements. One I call personalization, and that everything from recommending the right app to the right people, then really making a good job during onboarding to learn the preferences of the user. So you can set them up for success. It's really crucial that the first engagement step is something that fit the mental models of the user. And if they're not, they're probably not going to use it at all. And we just a couple of talks ago, we saw probably a great example of that from Wisdom Health, which a lot of their value from, that's how I understood the talk, came from the onboarding and the matching of the preferences of the users. So this is really what I'm talking about. And I think you can apply it in different areas, not only in that area. And the other one is optimization. I think often also something that is overlooked is that, okay, we can digitize now every evidence-based medical program like CBT, and we take all the components from offline and we make them digital, and we think that's just going to work. But the digital components can be optimized over time, and that is absolutely crucial to get people to stop disengaging quickly. In the healthcare world, we have this concept of a learning health system that's supposed to learn from the data and adjust. It's a very slow adjustment, but it's supposed to be. I think in the mobile health world, we need hyper quick learning mobile health apps that recognize when users are about to disengage and change in a way that will prevent them from disengaging. And that we can at least prevent. Of course, we cannot get everyone engaged all the time, but we can do a much better job. And we have, as behavioral scientists, we have the tools. First, on the left side, you need to follow the basics. You need to have good prompts. You need to have good incentives, reinforcement. You need to learn the preferences of the user. All of this has to be, when you design a digital health company or a mobile health app, that has to be at the heart of what you're doing from, I think, in my opinion, from day one. Just as much as the clinical evidence is. And if you do it correctly, then you can set yourself up for success. And the other tools, this is where I'm talking about optimization, is that we have methodology, also experimental methodology, to run studies and develop adaptive interventions. That, for example, if one mode of interaction with the user doesn't work, we can change it and augment it with something different. Sequential assignment that can help us figure out how to personalize better for this specific user and change the app accordingly. And not surprisingly, I did a project of that sort with Headspace, based on my story with my unsuccessful story of engaging with the Calm app. And by designing better prompts and by figuring out when is the best time for each user to engage them, I think that's the most important thing we did. We tried to figure out what 3 hours period of the day is best for you to engage with something like Headspace. Is it in the morning? Is it in the middle of the day? Is it in the evening, late at night? just having this piece of information patched with having a good prompt can, according at least at our initial results, can increase engagement twofold compared to standard notifications. And we also, by doing that, we implemented something called the micro-randomized trial that we randomize whether we give to each specific within user, whether we give them notification or not, trying to figure out for this specific user how effective are notifications, as opposed to randomized control trial in which you have headspace with notifications or headspace without notifications. And another area that is just as important as health app for intervention is collection of digital data from users. And again, there was a talk today about adherence to medications and the people that don't adhere to protocols. We can use the same methodology to get people to engage with clinical trials and data collection. So we improve the quality of our evidence and design better technologies quicker. That topic also came up during the summit. And again, the same methodologies apply here as they apply for digital health intervention. And then to paraphrase, E.O. Wilson, I think we have, in some of the trials, we have godlike technology, but medieval management of clinical trials. We assume that the patients are gonna just gonna use the technology. And I was a participant in one of these trials. I signed up myself, partially to learn how these trials work with engagement. It was a 1-year-long depression trial that they have an Apple Watch, and they had an app and everything supposed to learn about. The goal of the trial was to learn about depression, my depression, but they did very little to engage me in the process of that, and they had so much information on me to do that, and I think that's unfortunate. And I think my experience, I couldn't engage with the trial. I disengaged very quickly, and I think my assumption would be that many of the patients that enrolled in this trial had the same experience. And that's unfortunate and not good for the field. I developed, slightly messed up with the slides. I developed a methodology called engagement audit, in which I work with different companies focusing on principle of behavioral science, like designing easy behavior, timely, social, and attractive. That framework came from the behavioral insights team. And I applied this methodology in different areas to trying to figure out the engagement in this specific digital intervention and how to improve it based on this concept and the methodologies I already showed you today. So I did that with brief intervention for alcohol, smoking cessation digital interventions, text messaging programs, and even some of the work we do at Cedars with engagement in patient portals. And I believe the next phase is applying that with AI. Just in the same way, ChatGPT can predict the next word, and that's a limitation of it, but just by predicting the next word, it's a great advancement in AI. I'm working on models and algorithms trying to predict the next interaction with your app, the next engagement, or the next lack of engagement. Because if I can predict that well, I can identify that you're going to disengage and intervene. And I think that's super crucial, and ChatGPT and other data science methodologies can help us do it better. So that's my next goal, and if you're interested in working on that, please get in touch. I think hopefully we can really use design for engagement to get the best of mobile health technology and improve human health. And that's it. Thank you.